Hi, my name is Nathan, and today we're going to do a comic book review of Spawn, issue number 325, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. We begin this issue with the narration of this Centurion Spawn. 2 days ago, he was ambushed. He knew that before long this moment would come. It was just a question of when. Whoever's pursuing this guy, he is nothing to be joked with. We just see this brother getting worked on. If this is going to be the end of him, he will not accept it quietly, and these energy blasts are going crazy. Even though he went to work, it looks like here in this panel, he got worked on. Once upon a time, it was he who brought fear, as he was capable of besting entire armies single-handedly. Well, he's a long way from home, or from his own time now, and the game has changed. Now those armies he used to beat can beat him. Let me die in honor, he says. Others might have granted his request, but his attacker ends it with no mercy as he drags him across the forest, just pretty much disrespecting this Spawn. The attacker is known as the Forsaken. Look at this art, man. It ain't just sexy, it's muy sexy. In this panel, we see a protest of over 200,000 people descended upon Washington. The protesting is going on about Al Simmons issued a plea several months ago calling on people around the world to demand greater transparency from their leaders. It's not clear who these people are in the building watching above, but it is clear that the protest is not good for business, whatever that business is. The girl in the short black hair, her name is Cordelia. She wants to calm things down, but the girl in red, who is also muy sexy, thinks this protest is a harmless little outlet for people to vent their frustrations and just to let it run its course. Cordelia's not having it. She feels the longer this protest goes on without putting a cap on it, someone's gonna pry into their business and figure out the truth, even if they discover it by accident. And that's only going to make things harder on them as the war ramps up. So these are angels that are stuck on Earth. Cordelia knows that they need to be dealing with Spawn. If we don't, someone else will. I believe that's a reference to Spawn 323 with Rebirth. The vampire there told Spawn that eventually he needs to ally with somebody to win this war. You can check out the comic book review on that as well. The throne of hell isn't going to stay empty forever. In her eyes, Spawn cannot be the one to take the throne of hell. In her eyes, Spawn cannot be the one to take the throne of hell. He'll destroy them. So their plan is to stay on the sidelines and wait for the contenders to reveal themselves. And once they feel they see a likely winner, that's when they'll make a decision on who to side with. She feels by doing this, they'll have leverage to have Spawn join their side. And this guy asked her a question I'm definitely thinking about. Why not just put one of our own on the throne? Because even if you do take the throne, you will always have a target on your back. But if you were 1 or 2 steps away from the top of it, it allows us to change sides and attack, says Cordelia. Since Al told his story to the public, it's time to tell humans a different narrative. Let's see where this goes. Now we see the media flipping the script on Spawn. Several months ago, Al Simmons made a flurry of controversial media appearances. Since those announcements, he hasn't made any further public appearances. So Simmons, if you're out there, we'd like to offer you a national forum to expand on your statements. Al never intended to become a public figure. He just wanted to give humanity a little nudge to the right direction to uncover the truth. This brother doesn't even have the time to embrace being a celebrity. New threats and bull jive take up this brother's time. Though he hates to admit it, there's only one man who can help him fix that problem. And that man is Arnold. Yeah, Arnold. Like, not Arnold, but Arnold. You got to be kidding me with this Arnold. Choking Arnold, Spawn squeezes Arnold's windpipe to ask where Cagliostro is at. Why are you doing this to me? I'm Arnold. Yeah! Just kidding. Spawn asks Cog's whereabouts one more time. We had a falling out a long time ago, says Arnold. Spawn's like, is that so? Well, I saw him recently. He seems like he's got himself into some trouble, referencing Spawn's universe. You can check out the comic book review on that one, by the way. And also link in the description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. Arnold tells Spawn he doesn't know where Cogs is at, so Spawn decides to go on a hunt for Cagliostro and start chasing down leads. Everywhere Spawn goes, the answer is the same. No one has seen a trace of Cagliostro in months. The last time Spawn crossed paths with him was on Omega Island while both were prisoners of the Disruptor. Spawn is not sure if Cogs found a way to escape. Well, he thinks about it and he remembers how tired and feeble Cog had looked. Perhaps he didn't escape. Spawn himself barely survived the 2 trips to that island and doesn't want to risk a 3rd trip unless it's absolutely necessary. If he can't find Cog, he may have no choice. If one thing that Cog knows better than anything else, it's Hellspawns. The terror that Spawn created in time may possibly be fixed only by the knowledge of Cogs. Spawn spends the next few hours chasing leads until he beats enough ass, and he comes across the name Lucien Fagretto, which is the last person that came into contact with Cogs. And he also looks like a discount Walmart version of Kingpin. No disrespect, the art's still good though. He's on Heaven's side in theory, but he'll work with anyone who can advance him. Whoever Spawn gave a beatdown to tells him the location of Homeboy. When Spawn arrives, the stench of death hits Spawn before he goes through the door. The wounds appear fresh, and whoever did the killing is most likely still here. He kicks open the door, Spawn enters the room. Whatever this is from, further disaboweling a dead Fagretto, our boy just can't catch a break on this one. Like a wild wolf, and launches his attack on Spawn. Animal Planet Hellspawn style, anyone? He lunges his Spawn to do an attack. But then we get this cliffhanger panel where it takes us away from the showdown that we all wanted to see. We go into an operation room where Dr. Gerard Milner, or Dr. Milner, is performing some kind of test on this creature that has 4 hearts. He's called to end the surgery because the boss is here unannounced. Who is this boss? That boss is Cordelia. She tells Dr. Milner that she's got all the specimens that he's requested and they're all waiting for him in the pen. Once he's made your final selection, we can start making arrangements for its release. She wants him to run a few assessments first to make sure they're up to the task. Dr. Milner is not too sure and doubts that because some of them, they're in a vulnerable state, so he's not sure if some of those specimens are even ready. She clearly isn't worried about it. If we break it, we can afford it. After all, we got plenty to choose from, and we end the issue with all these other Hellspawns waiting in this undisclosed location with its underground, I don't know where. But I'm not sure where this story is setting up to be. I imagine it's setting up for the Scorch that's coming out in a few weeks. As far as this issue goes, I think it's a good issue. It's a filler issue. Did I dig it as much as the previous issues? Not so much, but I mean, it's a filler, and we'll see where this story goes. I'm not hating on it. It's just my personal opinion. But hey, link in description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. With that being said, Spawn, issue number 325. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Don't be shy, don't be stingy. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.